Hi, and welcome to another edition of King Crush Thursdays, a series where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I am super excited to bring this brother to you today. He is a transformative leader, an executive, a pastor, a husband, a father, so much more. And I'm happy to say he's my friend. Please welcome my friend, Dr. Kevin Johnson. Hi, Pastor Johnson. How are you, sir?
Hi, Val. How are you? So glad to be on this show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to have you here. And as you know, we are um, we are shifting the narrative around Black men.
Yeah.
And we're creating a repository of 6 questions on our way to 100 answers by 100 different positive and successful Black men. And we are super excited to be a part of this shifting narrative. Mm-hmm. What I know for sure is that what we see in the media broadly is a myopic, pictorial view of our community.
Right,
and the community is so much broader. And so that's what this project is about. And hopefully one day a young king who may or may not have positive male role models in his life can come to this repository, see these questions answered by 100 different men, and hopefully find guidance. And there, for the rest of us who are neither male or maybe even Black, for us to take a peek into this often misunderstood community. And so with that, I thank you for being here. And we're going to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Yeah, no, very good question. I mean, when I was growing up, manhood meant a lot of things, but I think if I could sum up manhood, it means responsibility, it means protection, and it means being a leader, not only for your family, but also being a leader for your community. I often find now that there are so many young people who are trying to define manhood for themselves. And, you know, one of the things I'm trying to teach our son as he's a junior at Morehouse is responsibility. You know, look, you have to register your car. You know, you may want to drive it, but these are responsibilities. And I think that when men really take up their responsibility, that is what's going to really lead them to being the successful men, having businesses or taking care of their family. But those are some key pieces that I think are needed in order to really fully define what manhood is.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Johnson, who and or what is important to you?
First of all, my wife is very important. Second, our children, Miles, Layla, and Lena. And thirdly, it is our church. Dare to imagine. We have invested a great deal into our congregation, and I'm thankful for how the Lord has blessed. But the first two, my wife and children, that's my primary responsibility. You know, I'm old school. I believe that the man has to work. Under no circumstances should a man not be working. But, and I say that because that's what I saw with my grandfather. He was my role model. He went to work every day. He provided for his family. He made sure that they all had what they need. He helped them buy their first homes. And so that sums up for me a large part of why my wife and children are so important. Now, Kim is accomplished. You know, she's a lawyer. She's a corporate lawyer. And, you know, I jokingly say to her, but in all sincerity, that she works because she wants to, not because she has to. And I support her in every endeavor that she has. But I just believe that the man is supposed to work and provide for his family.
That's beautiful. Awesome. Excellent. Thank you. So, Pastor Johnson, how do you want us to see you?
That's a good question. You know, I think, you know, every year I feel like I am evolving, you know, at different seasons that you go through. There was one season where you wanted to, you know, be a political kind of figure. I no longer have those aspirations. Now I'm just trying to be a good husband, good father, and a good pastor. Those are really the 3 things that are most important to me. And I'm just at a different season. I'm 48 years old, almost hitting 50. And so when you kind of hit these milestones, you start looking at life very differently. When I was much younger, in my 30s, I had all of these different dreams. And it's not that I don't have dreams now. I definitely do. But right now, at the end of the day, all that really matters is your family. I'm at a place right now where all I really want to do is to love on God's people and get to the beach. That's really all I want to do. And I'm like, what more to life can there be? And because you can spend so much time trying to build up things. But if your children are not successful, then you're not successful. And if your family is not healthy and stable and strong, then how can you say that you really have accomplished something? And so I've kind of sat back and I've looked at even some of my mentors who have gone off and have done a lot of great things personally for themselves. But I look at their families. I look at the toll that it's taken on them. And then I look at their health and how their health is not in good shape. And you ask the question, when was the last time you took your wife on vacation? When was the last time you took your kids to Hawaii or to Cabo or to Dubai or somewhere else? What memories have you created with them? And for me, I'm just trying to create as many memories with my wife and children. Not that I expect to die tomorrow, because we all going to die at some point, but I want them to have more memories that I spent more time focused on them than I did on work. And that's a big shift for me, because before it was all about work. But in the past 7 years, I have really refocused on what is most important, and that's family.
That's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So, Dr. Johnson, what is your epic dream?
Epic dream. Wow, that's a good one. I should have prepared for that question. My epic dream. It used to be a college president. It used to be a politician. Now my epic dream is really to help people reach their full potential. Now, I know that's not brick and mortar, but my epic dream, I guess, if I can really write books that really will inspire and help people to dare to imagine, because long after, my career is over or whatever my time is, the books will live on. Brick and mortar is good, but brick and mortar is like fixated to a particular place. But when you start talking about books, you can get it on Kindle, you can get it on Amazon, you have it delivered, and books live on. And so I'm hoping and really have to set aside some time. And that's really, if I had something that I feel like I have not accomplished, is I have not completed this book that I've been working on. And so once I achieve that, then I want to write more books. And my goal is to try to write 10 books in my lifetime. And so hopefully I'll be able to get to a place where I can just be in this book writing mode.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, they say that knowledge is currency,
Yes.
It's currency of this age. So that's awesome. Awesome. Thank you. So, Dr. Johnson, you've been answering this question implicitly all along, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you explicitly, Dr. Johnson, who are you?
I am, it's a good question. I am a brother who grew up without a father in his life, was reared by his grandparents and a loving mother. I am someone who loves God. I would not be where I am without God in my life. And I am someone who is striving to really make this a better world. I see so much violence, so much poverty. I see so much wasted potential. And what inspires me each day is, I wrestle with questions like, how can I help people? Every time we do a big major outreach initiative at Dare to Imagine. The whole goal of it is how can we inspire people to really live their best life? And so that's who I am. I'm kind of like the person who's in your ear, like your biggest motivator, like you can do it. And so I want to be able to help people be able to live out their best dreams. So that's who I am.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So here we are already at question 6, which is there anything I should have asked you that I didn't know you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
I would probably say, what life lessons have you learned, from like failures? And, there have been many lessons that I have learned in life. I have learned that sometimes, you hear patience is a virtue, but now I really know that. But I've also learned in life that sometimes it's the vision that God has given you is not the same vision that God has given some other organization. And many times it's like life is like a puzzle sometimes. And so you're trying to fit your vision into somebody else's vision, and it just doesn't work. And so what I've learned in life is that, sometimes the visions will align, and then sometimes they won't. And so instead of trying to spend your life trying to align those visions, the company that you're working for, the organization where you're working for, just, be okay with the fact that, listen, they have a vision and you have a vision, but they just don't align. And then you go and find the place, or you build the place that aligns with your vision. And that was a big breakthrough for me, because oftentimes in the early part of my career, and I'm talking when I went into full-time pastorate, I spent a lot of time just trying to make people, understand the vision that God had given me. And then it hit me that vision was not for them, and stop trying to make that vision work for them. And when you really begin to flourish in life, it is when other people see your vision and they want to help catapult your vision. And so my advice to people now is make sure you find alignment. Make sure you find alignment in your career. Make sure you find alignment with the people who are around you. Make sure you find alignment with your spouse, because there's some people you get married and, one spouse is going this way, another spouse is going that way, and the visions just don't align. And so that's been a tough lesson to learn, and even sometimes even a public lesson that I've had to learn. But now I know. And so the wisdom that I'm sharing with people is to make sure that whether it's a job, or if it's a spouse or friends, make sure that y'all are aligned. The only thing that you don't have any control over are children. God gives them to you, and whatever personality they have, you just got to work with it. But everything else you have control over.
That's so awesome. Thank you. That is so awesome. I'm so grateful that, first of all, I'm so grateful for your presence in my life. And I'm grateful that I got to be a part of the end of one era and the beginning of another era.
Yeah.
Grateful for that. I remember.
Yeah.
I never told you, I was just getting over either like strep throat or the flu or something when you called me. You're like, Sister Gay? I'm like, And I was so grateful to say yes, because it ended up being the second service for Dare to over 3801, and how beautiful it was, and how, just watching you exponentially grow. Every time I come back, it's like, whoa, now what are you doing?
Right.
It's awesome. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're in our community, for all the work that you've done over the years. And so I honor you, my brother, and I pray that God will continue to grow and deepen you, that your epic dream will come true.
Yes. Write these books.
Write these books, because this dream is for you, but it's also in keeping with what an epic dream truly is for others too.
Yes, that's right.
I'm so grateful for that. And, I loved what you said, and I'm hoping people caught what you said about your beautiful wife, Kimya, that she works because she wants to. She's brilliant.
Yeah. Right.
Because she wants to, not because she has to. And there's so much in that right there.
Yeah.
Leave it right there. You to preach out now.
Right.
But
Right.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your answers. And I just thank you, my brother, for being a part of this conversation.
No, thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you for joining us. And I hope that you were as inspired and uplifted as I was in this conversation. And if there is a Black man in your life that you want to see highlighted in this forum, please feel free to click the link below or in my bio, fill out the nomination form, and we'll take it from there. Like I said from the beginning, we are on our way to 100 answers by 100 different positive and successful Black men. I always say this: success is not defined by what a man does for a living, so, as long as it's legal. I got to put that caveat. Right. But that his success is defined by the impact that he has on the lives of others, starting with his nuclear family to the community writ large and everything in between. Those are the brothers that we want to talk to. Now, they may be accomplished with doctorate degrees and pastorships and running companies like Dr. Johnson, or they may be the brother down the street that's just holding down that corner. We want to talk to all of them. We are so grateful to be a part of this community. And so stay tuned next week for another amazing king. And in the meantime, please remember to spread love and have a great day. Thank you so much. And Dr. Johnson, thank you so much, sir. That was really awesome.
Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate you.